Hello traders, it's Samurai Trader here. Welcome to my training session, how to trade your way to financial freedom with the Day Traders Fast Track program. My target is $400 plus a day per contract. So in this session I'm going to be teaching you a technique that'll help you get well on the way of achieving your goals in trading futures, Forex or stocks. So how are we going to target 400 a day per contract? The T23 is a strategy that will confirm a new trend, and the first few trades in a new trend equal high profitability, because we know that in a trend, of course, if you're in a trend early, you can ride that trend longer and have a higher profit target. And so the secret is really getting in a trend nice and early, and you can have higher profit targets on your first 2 or 3 trades. As always, please, you need to understand the risk. Please feel free to halt the video and read the risk disclaimer in detail. If you haven't already done so, and to be kept updated, I'm doing 3 of these updates a week, and to go on my mailing list, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And this is one of the strategies out of the Day Traders Fast Track program. It's actually a newer strategy, and I'm adding to the program, so once you become a client of mine, or a student, you're kept up to date with developments, ideas, concepts, and you also get a lot of these ad-free. That is, I send them directly to you. I cut the ads out so you don't have to listen to me talk about purchasing my program. So anyway, please go to my website to subscribe to my daily, or my weekly I should say, 3 times a week video updates. And also please purchase my program. For $197 you get the world's best day trading strategies. I answer all your emails, give you updates. I have well over 100 videos now on YouTube. You can watch me trade live, and very soon we are launching a live trading room where you'll be able to come and trade live with us as we call trades in real time. But anyway, let's now move over and let's go and have a look at the charts, and I want to explain some great trading opportunities. So where I am down under in Australia at the moment, it's Tuesday the 6th of the 10th 2015. It's still the 5th Monday over in USA, so the market is closed. So we're going to be looking at here the NQ133 tick chart. Now these concepts I'm about to show you work on all time frames and all markets. So whether you're one of my Forex traders or a new Forex trader, or looking at of winning strategies, it works in Forex, futures, or markets, and stocks of course. So the T23 is a way of confirming a new trend, because quite often you're in a strong trend, you might get a fair amount of profit taking, you'll get some decent pullbacks, but then the trend continues, and that can hurt it. That can really hurt you at times. So what the T23 does, it's just a confirmation technique. Now it also, for T23, does get you into a trade perhaps later than what some of our other techniques will get you in. However, some traders really like to confirm a new trend, and it's a safe way of doing it. So it comes after, and you'll virtually see all of these will always come after what we call our T20. So T20 is one of the strategies we teach in our course. So what we're looking for is this, traders. We're looking for the market to come off. We've got both a T10 right here, and we've got a T20. My students understand fully, my current students, what that is. And so what you've got here is a lower low, and let me just remove something off this chart for a moment. So you can see here the market's come down, and let me just scroll back and show you this. So you can see here you had a little low here, you've got a low, and now we've got a new lower low here. So what we want to do is confirm the break. In actual fact, if we go over here, you've got a very nice 89 EMA bounce, and you could almost say the same thing. Well, what if the market was changing direction here? And if we go back here, we can see we've actually hit a new lower low, and what we actually saw was that we saw a bit of a pullback, it bounced off the 89, continued. So what's the difference with this particular trade right here? Well, the black dots represent what we call a fractal, which just simply means you've got two higher candles on either side, so on this one, or two lower. And Bill Williams in Trading Cast talks a lot about fractals. So if we look at this one here, is this really with a lower low? Is the trend going to change? Well, what I'm looking for is a break of this fractal point. Likewise, if we went over to this point here, we would be technically drawing a horizontal trend line. We're waiting to see this break down, this low to be taken out, as it is taken out here. Now, a couple of other things you want to look for is we want to see our price action under the 34 for this low to be taken out. Just happens to be down here as well. We are below our platinum zero line, and so we've had a T20 is a signal. We've got a new lower low, as we did have over here, but price did not take that out. So let me show you what happens. So that confirmed that we had a really nice downtrend, and down here you actually ended up having you had a T2 here. You actually then, your T23 by the way was after your T2 T10, and it was really a combination indication just here. But if you want to be conservative, you wait for the T23, and away it goes. You then had a T2, you had a T2, we then had a really nice pivot bounce, you had a T20, then notice you had a pullback, and here you had a T10. So students, you know exactly what I'm talking about here. But what if we're going to wait for the new swing for this high to be taken out? Well, here you've got two confirmations you can rely on. You can either wait for this horizontal to close, wait for this candle to close, but here we had a pullback, it went up, but pull back again, and we had another fractal point, another little swing high. Even though it's slower than this one confirmed. So our entry would be on the break of this. So your entry over here is on the break of your low, the entry here is on the break of the high. But notice here also you've got all of your MAs, you're above your 34 as you're under the 34 to go short. Here you're above the 34 to go long, and it's a T10, and away we go. You ended up having a T2 profitable, a T2, then you had another T20, and we had the same setup once again. That is, we've got a lower low. Notice this here, we're lower than all these points. We've got a lower low. How do I confirm this? Well, it just happened to be we had a T10 at the same time, and we had a break of that fractal low, and away it goes. Now the point here is you'll stop. Where does that go? Well, your stop here would go below here. Your stop on this one would go a couple of ticks above here. Now notice here you come down and you bounced on both your 200 and your 89, which is quite common. Eventually it then broke down, and away it goes. And notice then we had our 1, 2, 3, and what's the rule? The rule of 3 is be very cautious after 3 trades in a trend. If we go back over here, we had 1, 2, 3. Be very, very cautious. Your third trade, you want to be ready to pull your stops up. Then down here, what do we have? We have a beautiful pivot bounce. If you want to be really conservative for pivot bounces, you wait for a nice little double bottom, or you wait for a double bottom and diversions, and that's exactly what happened here. Now notice this trade here, it bounced directly off your pivots. You want to be really careful, and if you watch my videos on pivot trades, you'll see here that they're a really high risk trade. Here we had exactly the same setup. We had a T20, we come up, down, we bounced here off our 34, and for new traders or those that don't in our course, this is actually one of our key setups down here, there and there. But if you're waiting for the T23 and you want to be really conservative, your fractal point was here, so your entry would have been up here. You took a little bit of heat, your stop would have been under here, and away it goes. And just as I finish this video, here we had a nice 89 bounce, and we also had a 200 bounce, a high probability trade. So traders, what I've just covered is a really important strategy for those traders that want to be really conservative or very little concerned that perhaps the trend hasn't finished. So please go to my website to subscribe to these weekly updates and to purchase my fast track day traders program.